we're gonna do this again one more time around the clock. Welcome back. Well, today I thought I might talk to you guys about your wedding timeline and when you guys should be booking things and I guess kind of how to proceed. So if you're interested, stay tuned. As always, please give it a big thumbs up if you do like it and subscribe for more videos. But other than that, let's get into it. So what you're going to need to know first is how much time have you got before your wedding. Usually it is about a year. So you have about a year to plan. I think it's about a good amount of time to plan as well. So we're just going to work off that for today, for today's purposes. So from about 12 months to 10 months is the time that you and your partner need to sit down and think about your wedding and what you want from your wedding and your vibe and your theme and stuff like that. I've actually got a video to talk about that. So if you want to click here, you can go see that, or you can watch it later, up to you, but you should probably watch this. If you haven't watched the video and you just want another recap, the top 3 things are the things that you want out of your wedding that you really, really enjoy, that you want all your guests to kind of take home with them, being like, oh my gosh, the food at that wedding was phenomenal, I need to go there again. Things like that. What are your top 3? Those 3 things are the things that you need to book first, from the 12-month period to the 10-month period. Usually it is, with most of the couples I work with, it's photography and a venue. Those are like always in my top 3s for like all my vendors, and I would suggest highly that you should definitely book those 2 in. Usually if you want a really good photographer, you're looking at a year out booking that they may have already booked out with, so to get your wedding date it's quite difficult. And then with venues, the same kind of things. If you're looking at something quite popular like Sergeant's Mess or Grounds of Alexandria, if you're looking for things like that, then they're usually booked out a year in advance. So you obviously want to book it way early, as fast as you can. Some people I know have actually booked their wedding before they were engaged, kind of like, you should book ahead. Also in your 12 to 10 month period, you want to be figuring out what you do like and what you don't like. So doing a lot of research, going to expos, talking to friends who've been married, trying to get recommendations on what vendors and what style you prefer for your wedding. It will help you understand what vendors are going to be right for you and what vendors aren't. And you need to pick the best vendors for your wedding because they are the backbone to the success of your wedding. And if you have good wedding vendors, they will work above and beyond to make sure that your wedding is exactly how you want it and it's going to be beautiful. So then from 10 to 5 months is when you book in the rest of your vendors. This doesn't really matter in which way you put it in as well. It just matters that you kind of get it done. So that could be your celebrant, your florist, your hair and makeup, your cars, your band, you know, the list kind of goes on. But that all happens within the 10 to 5 months. I do want to stress though that when you start wedding dress shopping, you should really do it from 9 months before your wedding. It's kind of like the perfect time when you can pick your dress, you can have it ordered and still have, I guess, a short amount of time so you don't get to change your mind. And this is coming from a girl who had 2 wedding dresses. So please heed my advice on that. If you want to know more about my 2 wedding dress experience, go to my blog. I can link it down below for you and you can read for yourself why I had 2 dresses. From 7 months, you should be thinking about your guest list and culling down all the people that you do want and that you don't want. Usually a good rule for that is picking people who you think are going to be part of your future rather than people who were a big part of your past. Then in month 6 is when I probably send out those invites, and people can also book accommodation and things like that well in advance. So yeah, it also helps them get a cheap price, so like, why not? Month 5 is probably when you should be thinking about your bomboniers and what you want to do and how you're going to make them. Bomboniers are really, really good to try and thank your guests for coming and thank you for sharing that kind of experience with me, all that kind of stuff. The brides that I work with like to make their own bomboniers, which is why I say 5-month mark is the best time, because they'll have 1 month to think about it and then another 2 months to actually make it and have it ready before 2 months before your wedding. From 5 months before is also the best time to be doing all those little details that you need to do for your wedding. So your jewelry, picking out your shoes, all those little things, they should be done in that like 5-month to 3-month period. Then from 2 months before your wedding is when you really want to do nothing. You should have nothing on your plate. Everything should be done. And when I mean everything, I mean including the little details that still need to be locked in. That should all be done 2 months before your wedding. A lot of brides come up to me, including myself when I was a bride, thinking that my whole wedding was done even though I'd just be missing a couple like little things. So things like not getting my ring cleaned and thinking about jewelry for the day and what shoes I was gonna wear and have I booked in my skin cleaning, have I booked in my teeth whitening, all those like little things. And I want to advise that you should probably have this done or at least thought about it before the 2 month mark. Know exactly what you're doing and when you're going to do it before it hits the 2 months. And why I say that is because a lot of things pile up 2 months before your wedding. All those little things that you'd forgotten, all those things that you haven't done yet. You're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do it. Now I've got 2 months to do it. Those things happen in those 2 months. And I would rather like you to have that 2 months to be relaxed and enjoying the fact that you're almost about to get married rather than all frazzled because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do this. What have I done? Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it gives you a better understanding of your timeline and what and when you should be booking things and what you should be thinking about. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.